Recently I've been studying nursing here in Australia. This is important because, of course, I'm a male nursing student, and I offer study with other nursing medical students very late into the night. I'm not your ordinary male nurse. I train Krav Maga Taekwondo and GKR, so this makes me a perfect bodyguard for nurses while they walk to their cars late at night, 1 to 2 a.m. Of course I study with a large group, so I could not walk everyone to their cars. But recently one of my study partners pulled me to the side in our tutorial to warn me what she had experienced late last night on her walk home. She said a young, tall man, 6'5", had catcalled her and followed her. She stuttered and teared up, so I knew she was holding something back. I prodded for a more in-depth explanation, and she continued and stated, "He then groped me violently, and if it was not for my athleticism, by running away, he may have pushed further." Of course I was shocked. I pleaded her to call the police or campus security, not to only receive justice, but prevent other women from being harassed, because there are plenty of other nurses who take the same path. She refused and said it would terrify her parents, and her boyfriend would try to get involved and get badly hurt considering how big the man was. Being rational, I called the cops anyway and offered bodyguard services to people who went that way, as much to her dismay. So we made a deal so I could park my car at hers and avoid UNI parking fees. And I'd walk to her UNI and back every day. I was at UNI 3 days of the week, 10 to 15-minute walk. So it had gone 3 to 4 weeks and there was no sign of this behemoth monster. But we had recruited 3 other nurses to join our convoy in interest of safety, including my best friend Carly. Then it all changed in one single night. 1 a.m. as we passed through an alleyway, she screamed from behind us as we usually walked in separate groups. So I instinctively bolted back, and as I turned into the alleyway, I saw this absolute giant of a man, much larger than 6'5", and at least 6'7". He looked at me from a bent-over position, towering over a girl who clearly fell and was scrambling against the stingy alleyway wall. He kinda got shocked and reared up, but his perspective changed from being bent over and seeing a similar height to now seeing the top of my head like Ernest over Fuji. So I enlisted what I called my go fucking insane attack style. I know it's silly, but it works. Got a huge fucking war cry and ran at the big fucker. I'd like to say I got some good shots in, gave him a beating, and then took all the women home for a huge orgy. But no, I shoulder charged him and rammed him into a wall. I then lifted his leg and threw him over my shoulder. I smashed his right shoulder and neck on the ground, but all that 6'7" leg got me confused. Also, it was dark, so he just flopped over on top of me. He must have been 120 kilograms and up. And he just laid elbows into my skull, headbutted, and all the works for what seemed like an eternity. Something amazing and incredibly gross happened. My friend Carly, who is a seasoned Krav Maga teacher, sensei, I'm only a blue belt in KM, but a black in Thai and GKR, jumped on his back and, I shit you not, rammed her thumbs right into his eye sockets. See the crease on your thumb? She went into the palm with fake nail extensions. He just bled all over me, just squirting blood. Yes, he is blind now. So in summary, I got my ass kicked by a giant, and my female counterpart, who was 5'2", ripped the attacker a new one in less than a second. Do I need to go any further? Lesson is, don't be an idiot and don't molest women, or else my friend with 2 thumbs and I don't give a fuck attitude will make you blind as a bat. Dear Mountain, let's not meet again, because you're blind.